If you've ever sat at your desk on a random Tuesday afternoon, tired, a little stressed, and thought to yourself, what if money was coming in whether I showed up today or not? This video is for you. That thought isn't just a daydream. It's actually the first signal that something inside you is ready to change. Because here's what I've seen happen over and over again with investors at every income level. There's a specific moment, a real identifiable moment when passive income stops being a concept you read about online and starts being something that you quietly rewires your entire life. It changes how you make decisions. It changes how you feel on Sunday night. It changes what you're willing to tolerate at work and what you're not. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly what that moment looks like, how to get there, and the specific steps that make it happen. Even if you're busy, even if you've never invested in real estate before, and even if you don't think that you have enough money to start. And I'm also going to show you the math, real numbers, because this isn't about hype. It's about a framework that actually works. So let's get into it. First, let me be clear about who this is for. This is for the person who has a good income. Maybe you're a doctor, an attorney, an engineer, a business owner, and you've been doing everything right. You're saving, you're maxing out your retirement accounts, you're working hard, but you've also realized something uncomfortable. Every dollar you earn requires your time, and your time is finite. That's the trap. And most high-income professionals never escape it. Not because they don't earn enough, but because no one ever showed them how to build income that doesn't require their presence. Now, here's the myth I want to bust right away. A lot of people think passive income from real estate means buying a rental property, dealing with tenants, getting calls at midnight about broken pipes, and basically creating a second job for yourself. And that's not what I'm talking about. And here's the second myth, that you need to be a full-time real estate investor to make this work. You don't. According to research from the White Coat Investor, a platform built specifically for high-income professionals, the most effective path for busy people is passive investing through structures like real estate syndications and private funds. You invest alongside experienced operators, you collect distributions, and you keep doing what you do best in your career. The IRS actually has a formal definition for this. Under Publication 925, the Passive Activity and At-Risk Rules, rental real estate is generally classified as a passive activity. That means the income you earn from it is treated differently than your regular paycheck. And that difference has enormous tax implications we'll get to in a moment. But the bigger point is this. The real problem isn't that you don't have enough money. The real problem is that all your money is tied to your hours. Passive income breaks that equation. So how does this actually work? So let me give you the mechanism. Think of your income right now as a single pipe. Water only flows when you turn it on. You stop working, the water stops. Passive income is building a second pipe, one that flows on its own. And here's the thing most people miss. You don't need the second pipe to be huge to feel the difference. You just need it to be real. At Bigger Pockets, one of the largest real estate investing communities in the world, investors talk about 3 stages of passive income. They call it survive, arrive, and thrive. Survive is when your passive income covers your fixed expenses, your rent or mortgage, your utilities, your basic bills. The number is probably much lower than your total income, hopefully. For a lot of people, it's somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 a month. Arrive is when you have breathing room. You're not dependent on your next paycheck. You have choices. And thrive is full replacement, when your passive income matches or exceeds what you were earning from work. Most people try to jump straight to thrive and get overwhelmed. The smarter move is to aim for survive first, because that first stage is where the psychological shift happens. That's the moment everything changes. Now, let me walk you through the actual steps. Step 1 is clarity. Before you invest a single dollar, you need to know your monthly target passive income number, not your dream number, your survive number. What would it take per month to cover your non-negotiable expenses? Write that down. That's your first milestone. Step 2 is education and deal evaluation. This is where most people skip ahead too fast. The white coat investor community is clear on this. Before you write a check, you vet 3 things: the sponsor running the deal itself, and the market it's in that order. A great market with a bad operator is still a bad investment. Step 3 is your first passive investment. For most busy professionals, this looks like a real estate syndication. And here's how it works in plain English. A group of investors pools capital together to purchase a large property, typically a multifamily apartment building that no single investor could afford alone. You come in as a limited partner. You invest a set amount, usually starting around $25,000 to $100,000. The operator manages everything. You receive quarterly distributions and a share of the profits when the property is sold. You don't take the calls. You don't fix the toilets. You don't manage anyone. Step 4 is understanding the tax advantage. This is where real estate investing becomes genuinely powerful for high earners. The IRS allows you to depreciate a rental property over 27.5 years. What that means in practice is that even when a property is generating positive cash flow, money coming into your pocket, the paper depreciation can create a tax loss on that same property. Under the current rules in IRS Publication 527, if you actively participate in a rental activity, you may be able to deduct up to $25,000 in passive losses against your regular income, depending on your income level. And with strategies like cost segregation, which accelerates depreciation, even more of that income can be sheltered. Firms like KBKG specialize in this. It's called a cost segregation study, and it front loads your depreciation deductions into the early years of ownership, which means more tax savings now, not later. Step 5 is investment, and this is where the compounding begins. The distributions you receive get recycled into the next investment. You're not spending the income yet. You're using it to build more income. And slowly, methodically, that second pipe gets bigger. Now, let me make this real with a concrete, real example. Say you invest $50,000 into a multifamily syndication. A typical deal, usually in today's market, targets a preferred return of 7 to 8% annually. That's the baseline distribution you receive before the operator takes any profit share. On $50,000, that's roughly $3,500 to $4,000 per year, or about $300 a month flowing into your account without you lifting a finger. That doesn't sound like retirement money, not yet, but now imagine you do that same thing with $50,000 every year for 5 years. Suddenly, you have $250,000 working across multiple deals. At the same return profile, that's $17,500 to $20,000 a year in distributions, over $1,500 a month. And you haven't touched your retirement accounts. You haven't stopped going to work. You've just been systematically building that second pipe. And the market data backs this up. According to CBRE's 2025 U.S. real estate market outlook, multifamily investment volume increased by 33% year over year in Q1 of 2025, with average rents growing and vacancy rates falling. PwC's Emerging Trends in Real Estate report confirms that multifamily remains one of the most preferred asset classes for institutional investors, precisely because of its long-term stability and demand fundamentals. The U.S. has a structural housing shortage. The National Multifamily Housing Council estimates we need to build around 4.3 million units by 2035 just to meet demand. That's not a short-term trend. That's a decade-long tailwind for anyone invested in residential real estate. Now, let me address the objections because I know what you're thinking. What if the deal goes bad? And that's a real risk. No investment is without risk. That's exactly why step 2, vetting the sponsor, is non-negotiable. You're looking for operators with a track record across multiple market cycles, transparent fee structures, and meaningful skin in the game. The best operators co-invest their own capital alongside yours. That alignment matters. What if I don't qualify? Most syndications require you to be an accredited investor, meaning an income of at least $200,000 individually or $300,000 combined with a spouse, or a net worth over $1 million excluding your primary residence. If you're a high-income professional, you likely already qualify. What about liquidity? What if I need the money back? This is the most important objection. Real estate syndications are illiquid. A typical hold period is 5 to 7 years. This is not money you put in and pull out the next month. This is long-term capital, money you're committing to work for you over time. The rule is simple. Only invest what you don't need for the foreseeable future. Now, here's the vision I want to leave you with. Imagine it's 5 years from now. You've made 3 or 4 disciplined investments. You've been patient. You've let the process work. And now you're receiving $2,000 to $3,000 a month in distributions, deposited directly into your account every quarter, whether you work that week or not. That money doesn't replace your career, but it does something more important. It gives you options. You stop taking cases you don't want to take. You stop saying yes to projects that drain you. You take the vacation without checking your email every morning. You start thinking about your career as something you choose, not something that you're chained to. That's the moment. That's when passive income changes everything. It's not about the dollar amount. It's about what that dollar amount represents, which is freedom of choice. And once you taste it, even a little bit, you will never stop building it. Now, if this resonated with you, if you're a busy professional who wants to build long-term passive income through real estate without becoming a full-time landlord, I want to give you something that will help you take the next step. Go to www.cardiarei.com. The link is below. On that site, I've put together 2 free ebooks that I wrote that you can download right now. They're designed to give you a clear, no-fluff foundation for understanding how passive real estate investing actually works. But more importantly, I also have a free 9-part private training called the Passive Investing Action Guide. Inside that training, I walk you through the exact framework that serious investors use to build long-term passive income through real estate, step by step. We cover how to evaluate deals, how to vet operators, how to think about tax strategy, and how to build a portfolio that works for your life, not against it. This is built specifically for busy professionals, people who have a demanding career, limited time, and zero interest in being a landlord. People who want conservative, intelligent, long-term investing, not speculation, not get-rich-quick schemes, and not hype. It's completely free. Just go to www.cardiarei.com. Grab the books and the 9-part training. Think of it as the natural next step from everything we covered today. The video gave you the framework. The training gives you the full playbook. And if you're serious about building passive income that actually changes the way you live, the kind that gives you real choices, real freedom, and real peace of mind, then the next step that you can is to grab those resources. I'll see you in the next video.